Okay, story time. So I have these very vivid memories from when I was like 3 to 4 years old. I used to live in an apartment at the time, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. My grandma had one bedroom, my parents had the other. Where was I at? Well, I had a space in between the living room and kitchen area. There was no dining room, so there was like a little space near a window where I was. That was my bed, and basically the entire living room was like my bedroom. I'd have my toy box there and everything. We used to have a cat. Didn't know I was allergic at the time until I had an asthma attack. That's a different story. But so when I would go to bed, my parents would have the TV, and I don't know if they had a TV in their bedroom, but I do know that Grandma had one in her bedroom. I don't remember at all at this point because it's so long, but I do know that I had vivid memories of what they would watch late at night on the TV, what programs they used to watch, and I couldn't put 2 and 2 together at the time, but over the years I have put 2 and 2 together. So one of the things I have a very vivid memory of is the opening of both CIS and Law and Order. Those are the 2 things I remember. I'm like, okay, so I do remember those because I would hear the openings and the music and everything, and the memes kind of jogged my memory. I'm like, oh hey, that's what they were watching when I was like 4. Very weird that I remember that. And another thing I remember them watching was South Park. And one episode I have a very vivid memory of is them watching the Scientology episode. The episode that made fun of Scientology and how culty it is. And the one line that I remember the most, that I have a very vivid memory of, is, "Why is Tom Cruise in the closet?" That one. That one I have a very strong memory of. In fact, I remember telling my elementary school psychiatrist, or like, what is it called? Oh, tutor, or no, shoot. Counselor, that was what it was. I remember telling him that my parents would watch, when I was younger, my parents would watch some crime scene investigation shows, or I actually said a murder mystery or type of something like that. They're like, ooh, interesting that I had such a vivid memory. From like was 3 or 4. Does anyone have memories that they remember from their like 3 or 4? I don't think so. Also, another fun fact, I remember going on vacation. I don't remember how old I was. We went on vacation, and I remember the 7-Elevens being turned into Quickie Marts at the time to promote the Simpsons movie. Wasn't able to watch Simpsons at the time, but I do know what it was. And we did watch the movie at home. And I don't know why, but I was never able to watch South Park at the time, but I was able to watch The Simpsons. Actually, I didn't like the episodes with the excessive gore and stuff, and the later seasons were kind of dumb. But the earlier seasons, all heyday. In fact, I would kind of avoid the adult shows. I would be afraid of them because of the bloody scenes, and that's something that kept me away from things. Also, I do have vivid memories from my elementary school friends and hanging out with them, that when they lived on the street that I live on, that going over to their house, they would be watching like things like Family Guy, American Dad, and I'm like, why you like this show? Like, why are you watching this? I kind of like Simpsons still. Like, I like the older seasons. Some of the newer seasons are fine, with a few episodes I can just skip over because I don't really like them. South Park was one of those things I did not see my friends watching that much, but I do remember seeing, like, talking with some friends in middle school about it, but never saw any of them watching it when I went over there, because mostly they would have American Dad and stuff on, and I'm like, that's a show that I never got into. I don't like Family Guy or American Dad or any of that, or never really got into that. I have tried to get into a couple other shows. Not really interested in some of them. I did try Big Mouth, but I didn't really like it. Not that much. But I did. Like, there was a couple other shows I tried out, and I just nah, those didn't click for me. I don't know why, but I really liked South Park quite a lot. More than I did everything else. Maybe it was because I found out that the original seasons were actually done in stop motion, and stop motion is my pride and joy from my childhood because I used to make some stop motion and had lots of fun with those. Also, fun fact, South Park originally got their start on bootleg VHS tapes. Interesting. That's how it all started. The creators made their pilot on a VHS tape and distributed it. And also at the time they had their character designs down. Not fully down. It just kind of looked creepy still a little bit. But the name, who was not correct at all as to what we know now. Because it was just a pilot, and it was just a pilot, like a test thing to see, hey, are you interested in this? And then we'll make a full-on episode. But the very first VHS short ever made that was not aired on TV or a pilot, it was just, hey, are you interested in this? Was them making Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman comes to life and kills one of them. Kills Cartman, but apparently, at the time, his design is we now know that the design is Cartman's design, but at the time, his name was Kenny, and that was the first instance of, oh my god, they killed Kenny. But he looked like Cartman at the time. So, somewhere in between that short being made and the first pilot. So, in between the test pilot and the official first pilot, and then the aired pilot episode, was a name swap between Eric Cartman and Kenny McCormick. And okay, this design right here is perfect for Kenny. I don't know what they did. Why Cartman's design was given to, but I don't know how this. I think it was just a mistake or something, or not a mistake, and they just swapped it. They're never mind, we want to rename them. We want to swap their names around. I don't know, something along those lines. Anyway, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, episodes, things I remember from my childhood. I do remember watching a lot of VeggieTales when I was younger, and I don't know why, but the Big Idea logo for some of the episodes would terrify the heck out of me. One specific one, and the logo's the same every time, but for some reason, the one on the Jonah and the Whale video would always scare the crap out of me. And in fact, that one specifically, even though it was the same as all the other ones, would haunt my nightmares. And I was too afraid to tell my parents about that, because I thought they'd think I was stupid or crazy, but that would happen. And after seeing that intro pop in my nightmares, I associated it with all the other intros, which was really weird, and I would run out of the room when the intro started for every single one of them, even though the only one I had an issue with, for some reason, was the Jonah and the Whale intro. That logo was the same every time. Why was that one haunting my nightmares? Also, why was I riding a tricycle down the hallway in one of my nightmares? A little tricycle down the hallway in one of those nightmares. I remember vividly. One of the nightmares I had, I was riding down a little tricycle big tricycle down the hallway. All of a sudden, I turn my head over to look at the vent that's in the hallway. And there it is, the Big Idea logo. And the Big Idea logo was not the one that haunting my nightmares, actually. It was the intro, the VeggieTales intro, like, you know, VeggieTales, like, if you like to walk to tomatoes. Like, something like that. Like, I don't know why that was haunting my nightmares. And not the Big Idea logo. The Big Idea logo didn't haunt my nightmares. It was just the one that was in the Jonah and the Whale one. But this intro, I don't know why it would haunt my nightmares. I don't know why. And I was afraid to tell my parents about it, but I'm stupid now. Like, it just looks stupid in my past. I was a child. Also, I do remember seeing a ghost once. It was weird. Okay, why do I have an accent now? Do you guys notice that? That was freaking weird. Why am I talking in an accent now? I swear things are getting weirder and weirder as this video goes on, so I'm just gonna end it here. But yeah. Oh my gosh, why am I using an accent?